Another review for you, and this is the Astronaut, just called Astronaut, released in 2020, directed by Shayla MacLeod, and she's also responsible for the writing. Cinematographer Scott McClellan, the editor Tiffany Abordine, and the cast: Richard Dreyfuss in the lead role, he's Angus. Lyric Bent is Jim. Krista Bridges plays Molly. Graham Greene is Len. Colin Farrell is Marcus. Richard Lewis plays Barney. R. Hindle is Joe. Karen LeBlanc plays Elisa, and Mimi Cooks plays Liz. This is a short review. 4+ decades ago, we saw Richard Dreyfuss gazing skyward. He was about to have a close encounter of the third kind. Now we catch him as a seriously ill septuagenarian, dreaming about going into space to fulfill his lifelong obsession with spacefaring. Along a road, he's developed the interest of astronomy with his adoring grandson, who is integral in the early stages. He then decides to enter a contest, a prize being a ride on a world's first commercial space plane. Yeah, it's a comedy. It provides an audience-pleasing resolution, of course. The plot's totally unbelievable. The film is carried along by the splendour and smile of Dreyfuss, who throughout a long career has delivered some 5-star performances. We remind ourselves of Mr. Holland's opus, his Oscar moment. Angus's love for astronomy has brushed off on his grandson. Barney, played by Lawrence, gazes eagerly through a telescope earpiece that Angus has on his balcony. Where Angus aims it at a metaphor-rich comet, we get a glimpse at his family as well. Angus leaves the home of his daughter Molly, played by Bridges, and her family because of his frequent fainting spells, and he reluctantly is placed in the Sundown Valley retirement home. We also witness scenes of hilarity and misadventure at the retirement home before Angus's energies are focused on the TV contest, whereby the qualified winner between the ages of 18 and 65 will be taken on the Ventura in the first civilian shuttle in space. Now, the total fat package has a feel of a TV series, it has to be said. It's compressed into a 90-minute show, and as a result, the plot is quickened, which loses the opportunity to flesh out the characters. This contributes to its lack of realism and reliance on Dreyfuss's stardom to see it through. But here are some of the notes I made when I was viewing it. There are some touching moments focusing on loss when old age arrives. Relationships, both mental and physical health and possessions, are touched on, and one's home and its importance. And Angus is clearly shaken by these happenings when he moves out, and there are consequences, particularly the retirement's home rules and routines, which don't accommodate individual preferences. The members of Angus's family respond with a variety of opinions over the suitability of these rules for Angus, but the grandson's final view is the only one that really hits the target as to its suitability for his ailing grandfather. This sequence illustrates how many elderly family members are misplaced into these environments, and they're totally unsuitable for them, but they do enable younger family members to absolve themselves of responsibilities. The warmth and positivity assumed through the joys of stargazing for Angus with his grandson, and then the enthusiasm over the context and bending the rules to enter. Finally, a side plot that enhances Angus as a man with proven skills is his knowledge in engineering, and he creates a concern or develops a concern about the strength of the foundations at the launch site for the space vehicle, and eventually the foundations are checked and the launch site is delayed. Eventually this knowledge is taken on board by those responsible for this event as a serious accident is avoided, and this proves to be pivotal in him getting a seat as the concept winner. The final frames show the joy for the old Angus in space. If you like comedies and you like Richard Dreyfuss, get to watch this one. It's probably a nice afternoon viewing, and I quite enjoyed it.